So you're thinking about moving to Kansas City, maybe the Northland? Well, I've got a treat for you. Today we're going to be talking about Staley Farms, or the Staley District, kind of a hidden gem that most people don't know about. And if you stick around to the end, we're going to take you on a tour through some different neighborhoods in the Staley District at different price points, so you can see what you can afford on your budget. And we're going to get started right now. Hey, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Kansas City, places like Staley Farms or the Staley District, then click subscribe, hit that little bell for notifications so you can be the first to know of the current market right here in the KC metro area. My name is Zach Morton. My business partner Max Jones, the Mojo Real Estate team, and I have been helping people move to Kansas City for over 20 years. We get calls, texts, emails from people just like you every single day, and we absolutely love it. But you don't have to take my word for it. See what our clients have to say with over 600 five-star Google reviews, verified Google reviews from folks just like you. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, you can just pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, drop us an email, even schedule a Zoom so we can chat with you about your goals and help you with that seamless transition into your new neighborhood. So today we're talking about the Staley Districts or Staley Farm. You'll kind of hear me say that both ways. I mix it up all the time. It's just the same thing for me. When I say Staley, I mean either Staley Farms or the Staley School Districts. Most people coming in, I guess I should say from out of state, don't really know about the Staley District because it's not its own city. It's easy to look up like Liberty or Parkville or Gladstone, which by the way, we have vlogs on all those. Those are all the cities in the Northland. But Staley doesn't pop up because it is more of a school district and with like a epic golf course subdivision right smack in the middle of it where I'm standing and walking right now. As you can see, we got beautiful homes on a beautiful golf course. We'll go tour some of these homes at the end of this. So it doesn't pop up a lot, but it is a very sought after area. It has A+, very highly rated school district. And it's just in a small little area between a couple great cities in the Northland that if you're searching, if you're coming in from out of state and you're doing your research, you just might not come across it. So this is a really sweet spot, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention because if you are after great school districts, if you're after a great golf community, a great lifestyle, if you want to be north of the river, close to the airport, take advantage of some of the opportunities that the Northland has to offer, then this is definitely a spot that you should consider and be adding into your research so you know what's going on. So when you get here, you've just got one more option of a sweet spot on the north side of Kansas City. So we are currently in Staley Farms right now at the golf course. Walking down, you can see you can live right on golf. I've got golf behind me on this side too. So an absolutely beautiful private 18-hole golf course. Let's just start with that. If you buy a house out here, the HOA varies anywhere from $180 to $340 a month. It may be a little higher than that depending on if you're right on golf, if you're across the street or what have you. There's also there's like the enclave. We were just over at Southwind a little bit ago. So there's also different areas that are different price points inside of the Staley community. Now, when you get here, it is private golf. So what's nice about that is it's really easy to get on the golf course and it's unlimited golf. So that's the beauty of that. The prices for that, it's like I think it's $4,000 welcome to the club fee. Like as soon as you get here, you want to join the golf course, $4 grand. Then you're looking at $525 a month. It's just one person in the family that's going to be golfing. And about, I think it's $625, $675 for the whole family for just unlimited golf. You've got a recreation center and a gym that's right by the clubhouse. It's state of the art. There's a full-size indoor basketball court. You've got tennis courts, you've got pools, you've got all that great stuff. You have a restaurant with a 5-star chef, and there is no limit to how much food you have to buy or don't have to buy. So it's a great place once you get involved in the community to go hang out with friends and family and neighbors at the restaurant, especially on like tournament nights. You know, there's gonna be golf tournaments and all that kind of fun stuff too. So you're gonna have a place to land. If it's not at the clubhouse, it's over at the restaurant. And so all kinds of cool stuff that comes with living on golf and the golf lifestyle. So that is Staley Farms. The price points out here right now are like $675 all the way up to 1.8 million that we're going to stop in at the end of this video. And then the sky's the limit from there. There is They're finishing up the second to last phase now, and then they're getting ready to break ground on the final phase, which will have a handful of golf course lots, and I think maybe 50 all in all. I can't remember exactly, but that's coming down the pipe. So if that's something you're interested in, a great opportunity to get in on that and strike while the iron's hot. All right, so we're talking about golf, right? What are some other great reasons that you might want to choose the Staley District? Well, it's because of the district, right? It's that A+ schools. So absolutely amazing schools. I think the student count now is pushing just over 2,000, or I think it's 1,700. They're expecting 2,000. So they're kind of busting at the seams, and they've got some expansion plans. But I believe this was 2003, 2004 is when they built the new high school. It is in the North Kansas City School District, which is the largest school district north of the river in Kansas City. And it's broken up into 4 high schools. Starting at the south, you've got North Kansas City, Winnetonka, Oak Park, and then Staley at the north. And really the ratings on that, the further south, it doesn't rate as highly as you do when you get up into Staley. So Staley, all the elementary schools and middle schools that come with that are all highly rated from niche.com, greatschools.org. They're all gonna be that A+ kind of school district lifestyle. So that's what everybody's kind of jumping in here. Now you can tell a lot of these houses were built anywhere from, I think the one we're gonna go look at in a little bit, like 2003, all the way on up to, new construction going in the ground now. So a lot of nice new neighborhoods in the Staley District. And when you have nice new expensive neighborhoods, those property taxes, a lot of the big chunk of the property tax goes to pay for the schools and the local school district. So that's why you have more money in those school districts to get better ratings, to get better teachers, to pay better salaries. And it's just a really sweet spot. So that's exactly what's happening here. Great schools. In fact, when they built this school, it was the first green high school built in the state of Missouri and won the Silver Award. So that's pretty cool too, and kind of started that trend of green building, but that put them on the map for that. And it just continues to get better. Their football team, I know over the last couple of years, keeps moving up level by level by level, really drastically improving. And I think they're probably, for this area, about as high as you can go with who they're competing against. So great sports teams, lots of sports, pretty much everything under the sun you can imagine out here is available for your kids at this high school. Some other areas, so since it isn't really its own city, when you're doing your research, you're not going to find the stuff like you would, like if you're type in Parkville or you type in Liberty. As far as the amenities go, so there is grocery shopping. You do have a Costco close. It's not really in the district, but super close. Everything in the Northland's pretty close, but you do have the amenities too of Liberty and Parkville, because you're right in between those two. 152 highway pretty much runs west to east all the way across the Northland and runs right across the south side of the Staley District. So you are going to be close to all kinds of outdoor shopping plazas, either on the west side of town or on the east side of town, which is Liberty. You're going to have access to here. So you're right in the middle of 2 really prestigious cities in the Northland that you get to take advantage of those amenities. Plus you're right smack in the middle, and you've got some cool stuff here too, like Costco put itself right in the middle because it wanted to be close to both of those cities, but it's closest right here to Staley. And it also gets you close to a lot of the restaurants that both of those cities have to offer, and put you right in the middle, so you can take advantage of both those without having to go all the way to the other side of town and back if you want to enjoy or try out a new local restaurant. So there is some really cool perks. Actually, I've got rental properties in this area. I live really close to this area too. And some of the Mojo team members that are on the team live in the Staley District too. So, not only do we love it, but some of us live here and in this area too. So it really is a great spot. In fact, I'm gonna pan around now. We're right at, there's actually people out here playing golf. So I'm trying to keep my head on a swivel, but we've got a beautiful lake behind us. Just a beautiful setting with all these massive houses, and it's nice and quiet, and just a really good spot right here, smack middle in the middle of the Staley School District at Staley Farms. All right, one last thing to mention about the school district before we switch on to fun things to do around here besides obviously play golf. $5.5 million was earned for scholarship money by Staley High School students last year, 2023. So $5.5 million in scholarship money. So that That's pretty cool. That's a big number. As a father who's about to put his daughter into college, that scholarship kind of rings a bell these days. My ears perk up when I hear that. So pretty incredible. But what else is there to do around Staley? You know, we're kind of a small little area, an area without a name or without its city, kind of, so to speak. There is Hodge Park. So Hodge Park is just to the east of where I'm standing now. It's still in the Staley School District, and it is the second largest park in Kansas City. There is also a public golf course on Hodge Park, and for the Northland, it's probably one of the more affordable golf courses. If you're just a hack golfer like me and don't have any fantastic golf skills, it's a great place to not lose a lot of money, but still go out and pretend like you know what you're doing. So it is a cool little golf course just right off the highway, super easy to get to. That's located here, so public golf. And then the park is right next to it. Like I said, it's 1,000 acres. They have the Shoal Creek Living History Museum, where they've taken a lot of the old buildings from like the 1800s and these little different towns around Kansas City, and they've put them all in this park and kind of set up a little town with these old buildings. And it's kind of cool. You can go out there, there's self-guided tours. You can also go out there for guided tours. There's like schools will take kids out there and do field trips. And it's just cool. Lots of old buildings. There's an old jail, there's an old mill. In fact, it's a recreation, or it might even be Smith's Mill. If you watch our vlog on Smithville, the reason it was called Smithville, the town of Smithville, which is just north of here, a great spot, by the way, great lake. The reason it was called Smithville is because nobody could say Smith's Mill, which is what it was originally named. And now that mill sits over at Shoal Creek. A lot of local people don't even know that. So you can go out there and just check it out. I think they might still have the grinding wheel, the big flour mill wheel that's still there. So anyway, a little bit of history there. So public golf course, public park, there's disc golf course over there. All kinds of amphitheater, driving range, all kinds of stuff. Mountain bike trails, baseball fields, soccer fields, football fields. My son has a mountain biking class that's over there. There's parks. Hodge Park is, I think there's I used to fly RC airplanes, and there's an airplane landing strip over there for radio controlled airplanes. So all kinds of cool stuff. It just goes on and on and on. A couple driving ranges now that I think about it. So lots of stuff to do over at Hodge Park for pretty much anybody. You want to walk, you want to stick a pole in the water, you want to bike, you know, it's got you covered. And nice paved trails too, like big 4-foot wide concrete trails for walking, and then the mountain bike trails will drop off that and go through the trees and then pop back out so you can get out easy. So lots to do there for the outdoors activities. And then there is another golf course it's called Shoal Creek. Some of it's in Staley School District, some of it's not, but it's another prestigious golf course that you can kind of live on up in the Northland as well, just on the edge. So if golf, you know, this isn't the only golf community here. This just happens to be the one at the heart of Staley School District, named Staley Farms, where the big farm that they turned into a golf course once was. Let's see, what other fun things are there to do? There's notably the Brass Rail is a pool, billiards, bar and restaurant that a lot of people will go to in this area. You've got all kinds of restaurants. There's all the fast food, like North Oak is the main drag, the main kind of business drag that runs north and south off of that 152 highway, right up through the middle of the Staley District. And that's gonna have, you can check out our map video too, where we kind of hover over the map and kind of point things out, but that's gonna have all your fast food. A couple restaurants that are local, like the Pizza Shop, that aren't franchises, I guess is what I'm supposed to say. So a couple kind of mom and pop places. And then you're gonna have your grocery stores, so the Sun Fresh grocery stores, primarily for this area. If you wanna they're gonna have some organic options, of course, but if you want to get to a Sprouts or a fully organic, natural grocers type spot, you're probably gonna be heading east towards Liberty's probably your closest. You can head the other direction as well and find several options. And then Costco is, you know, you're probably the Staley people are the closest to Costco out of the other two cities that are notable up in the area. So that's kind of fun stuff to do. That's kind of shopping and restaurants. I mean, there's no shortage of stuff to eat. And then as you get into Liberty, you've got a ton more options for restaurants. And then as you head towards Parkville, as you're going west, again, those restaurant options open up. And even going south down North Oak, as you get into the Gladstone area, which we have a vlog on Gladstone, a vlog on Liberty, map videos, all that stuff. So if the Northland is of interest to you, make sure you check those out so you can kind of compare apples to apples, apples to oranges, and bananas to oranges, and see what really fits you and your family the best, kind of the lifestyle you're looking for. But that's where we're at with Staley. All right, I think all in all, kind of how I feel about this, and when I ask friends that live here, like what do they find special about the Staley area, and it's just nice. It's a close-knit kind of community. It's not that big. When you look at our map video and I kind of circle everything, you're kind of a couple miles either way and you're at the border. A couple miles north, a couple miles south. I don't know the exact square mileage on it, but it's pretty small. It feels small. Everybody, you're gonna bump into your neighbors, whether it's at the grocery store or at a school event. We have, you know, for the Staley District, we have one high school, we have one middle school, we have one 6th grade center, and then there's 5 elementaries. So you're probably gonna be bumping into everybody, and you're gonna end up knowing everybody after you're here for just a couple of years. So it kind of has that small town feel to it. There's opportunities to buy acreage property here, so this isn't like a super heavily, densely populated area. In fact, it's not its own city because of that. So there is acreage opportunities. In fact, there's a new subdivision that's going in right now that's specializing in 4, 5, 6 acre lots, starting around 450,000 just for the lot, so that, you know, there'll be 1 million plus homes on it. So that's an option. There's also still farmland. Just driving through here from subdivision to subdivision, I'm passing, you know, bean fields still. So there's still farmland up here. There's still houses that are sold on 10 acres, 20 acres. But for the most part, how it feels is you've got newer subdivisions that have been put in within the last 15 years. Everything looks modern, feels modern. It's easy to get around. We got roundabouts, sidewalks, and that's kind of how this whole area. We will go to Nashua, to the older part that was kind of before all this was designed, that was kind of here first, that's not going to have sidewalks. That's your entry level to the Staley District if you want to live in this part of town. So we will take you down that just so you can see what that's like. But for the most part, as you get just south of that, where all the newer stuff is, you'll know when you're here. You know, it just all flows and fits really nicely. You feel real comfortable. Maple Woods Parkway is the main road that runs right through here, and it's a boulevard, so you got 2 lanes on either side, and it's set up really nice with great highway access, easy to get in and get out, get home or get where you need to be. Acreage property available, and you know, the sky's the limit. So I did want to touch on average price points out here, because I know I'm talking like acreage, we're standing on a golf course, you know, we're gonna go see a $1.8 million house, but the average price just in the Staley District for active is $632. Now, the median, which is that weighted average, is $535. So there is a lot of new construction going on here, and some of that's custom with the golf course, obviously, so that's gonna push that price up a little bit. But as far as pendings, we've got 700,000 for the average pending, and for the median, which is the weighted average, 566, so a little better there. But really, it all matters what they're selling for. Who cares what they're active for? Who cares what they're pending for? At the end of the day, you need to know what the average sale price is, because that's where we're closing at, right? So the average sale price over the last 12 months, directly from the MLS, over 558 properties that have sold, is 445,000 for the average, and that median weighted average sale price is 419, so 420. So we're just over the average price for Kansas City, which always hovers right around that 325, 350, but it's a pretty sweet spot. Now, I'm glad I just jogged my memory with saying the word Kansas City, because this is a Kansas City address. So this is something you need to know before you choose to call this place your home. And don't worry, if you get here, we will always remind you just to make sure you know what you're getting into. But anything that you buy in Kansas City is gonna come potentially with that E-tax, which is a 1% earnings tax, which Kansas City, if you live on Kansas City, Missouri side, in Kansas City proper, they're gonna take 1% of your income, and it's a tax, and it goes to pay, you know, it does good things. It's not like they just take it and light it on fire and light their cigars with it, but it goes towards police and trash and roads and all that kind of good stuff. But it's something you need to know. So some people will elect to go to a Liberty, which is really close by, we talked about that in our vlog, or a Parkville or a Gladstone, to get that address that's not Kansas City, so you're not paying that 1% earnings tax. So something to consider, something to kind of roll in your equation on what's important to you. And then something else I want to throw in too this year, there's some new building codes that Kansas City has implemented. You might start seeing it if you're shopping, probably across the country. I'm sure Kansas City's not the only one doing it. But the codes they have new codes with new minimum standards, and a lot of that is going to make the cost of building way more expensive. So you can still find, I think through this spring, you can still find houses that were built with the old codes that are going to be a little bit cheaper, but then after that, all these codes, they're gonna have to build up to that code, which a lot of that's like 2x6 construction, which if you're gonna build a $700,000 to $1 million house anyway, you're probably already doing that. A lot of it's based around energy efficiency. So 2x6 construction allows you to get more insulation, it's stronger, it lasts longer, all that good stuff. More energy efficient appliances, insulating the basements better, all that kind of stuff. So it's all coming down to, you know, triple pane windows, you name it, I'm sure it's thrown in there. And on average, what builders are telling us is it's gonna increase around those average new construction prices, you know, $25,000 to $35,000. So that's just something you need to know coming into that, you know, anything in Kansas City that has that Kansas City address is gonna have to be built to those codes. You're gonna get a better house, but it doesn't always pencil out when you're like, oh, it's all about energy. What were my energy savings? Oh, I saved, I don't know, $500 a year. I don't know what it is, but the smart people that are tabulating this all out over time saying it's like a 50-year payback on the energy savings. So I don't know if that's all exactly right. I definitely do a little more research when it comes to that, because it's gonna be per house price and whether you're doing solar or what kind of utilities you're running, you know, naturally, but just something to consider. That's a good way to decide if you want all those energy efficient items. If you're only gonna be there for 5 to 7 to 10 years, you don't need to get a 50-year payback, you've already lost. So just something to consider. We'll help you through all that when you get here so you don't have to memorize all that. But hey, just food for thought. But I think we've pretty much covered all that, all the major stuff I wanted to get. I really wanted to make sure we touched on that e-tax. But yeah, Staley is a great spot. It's a cool area. It's close to everything. You know, we're just 10 minutes from the airport, full of great people with a wonderful school district. You just got to watch out for those e-taxes and know that this isn't really its own city. Acreage opportunities, I think I've covered it all, guys. So, hey, if you have any other questions, just feel free to reach out. But let's go take a look at a couple houses at different price points to kind of show you what's out there so you can see what you might be able to afford. All right, let's do it. All right, so here we are at our first house. We are on the north side of the Staley District. This is a little area called Nashua, which is a nice little subdivision, an older subdivision, still super affordable. Again, on that north side, so we're just south of 435. And what we've got here, it's a big subdivision, nice and open, but you can tell, we'll do a little pan around. We don't have sidewalks, but we do have these huge mature trees. So in the summertime, when all these large, massive oaks are in bloom, it is like tree tunnels out here. This neighborhood is definitely a grid, so everything's sectioned off. Really nice squares, and you've got nice big lots. It's just a nice, quiet. This little neighborhood's been here forever and kind of a little gem for the Northland. But the house right behind me, let's see if I can get out of the sun a little bit. This is coming in right at 305. Totally rehabbed, brand new, ready to go. We've got new kitchen, new granite countertops, new LVP flooring. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage. We are coming in right at 1,700 square feet, built in 1974, I believe. Finished basement, all that stuff, everything's brand new. New carpet, new flooring, new bathrooms. It just really shines, and this one's ready to go. A nice big lot, a nice backyard. Price per square foot is $179 on this, so pretty sweet spot for price per square foot. But this just gives you an idea of something that you can get turnkey ready right now in that Staley District, just on the north side, close to everything, for right at 305. And we talk about all the time, the average sale price in the Kansas City area is anywhere from like that 325 to 350, just kind of depending on what pocket you're in. So under that, sweet little spot, everything's brand new. It looks like even the air conditioner on the outside of the house is new too. So really cool spot, brand new, ready to go, 305. Let's go check out house number 2 and take it up just a little bit and see what we got. All right, so here we are at our second house that's right behind me, and while we're walking between these houses, you can see we've got the Northview Elementary School right behind this. So this is really close to the elementary school if that's something that's important to you. But what we have here is brand new construction, built 2023 into 2024. And this is a 2-story property. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage that is going for $469. Brand new. It's coming right in at 2,000 square feet. And with that 2-story, what you're gonna have is all your bedrooms are gonna be upstairs on that top level and bathrooms. The main level is gonna be kitchen, living room, garage, just hangout space. You are gonna have a nice deck. Everything's brand new and looks great. We'll throw some photos up of the inside. Nice covered deck off the back. And then you're also gonna have a full, it's gonna be unfinished, but that's gonna let you take advantage of that tax hack, so you're not gonna get taxed on that unfinished square footage in the basement, but it is stubbed. It's ready for a bathroom. You can throw another bedroom down there. You can make it a big chill entertainment area that will then walk out to your patio under the deck. So lots of options here. Big, bad, and beautiful. That's coming in right at $239 a square foot for new construction. There is an HOA out here in this neighborhood. We are on the east side of the Staley District, just a little bit north and east, and that's $650 a year, so not horrible, but there is a little HOA involved in this. $239 a square foot, brand new construction. As you can see, I will pan around the neighborhood a little bit. We've got nothing but a light pole right here, but it's just all, you know, in the last couple of years, new construction, big, beautiful homes. Everybody's got their sod in. Nice white sidewalks, both sides of the street, no mailboxes, just set up real nice and looks like a beautiful new neighborhood. So that's what you can get. Let's go check out house number 3, take it up a little notch and look at some golf course properties, because after all, that's what Staley's known for. Let's do it. All right, so here we are at our third house, and we've made it to Staley Farms. So this is kind of entry level right now for Staley Farms, and this is coming in at $675. This is a 4-bedroom, a 5-bath. We've got over 4,000 finished square feet in this house, so absolutely massive, really well done, very large rooms. We've got, this is a 1.5 stories, so what that means is you're gonna have that master on your main floor. Other bedrooms are gonna be up, and then everything you need, you know, kitchen, living room, and hearths everywhere in this place, like fireplaces in the hearth room and the living room, just really cozy. And then you get into the backyard. We're gonna throw up some photos of this. And it's an oasis with a covered patio, stamped patio, and just looks absolutely beautiful. But I will point out, I am standing here. I'm gonna pan around a little bit so you can see, we've got the golf course right across the street. That's what Staley Farms is known for. So just between these two houses, you can see the fairway. So super close to golf, just around the corner. We're in the southwind side. There's lots of different areas here in Staley. So this is the first one we came to, and I am gonna go ahead and we're gonna swing by one more to show you some of the $1 million ones, some of the new stuff before we leave the neighborhood. But this is coming in right at $164 a square foot. So pretty sweet for all that right here in the middle of Staley in that school district on golf with an HOA of only $128 a month to take advantage of this neighborhood. So all this over 4,000 square feet, 3-car garage, just absolutely amazing right here in Staley, built in 2006. So fairly new construction for this area. This whole Staley area is kind of around that timeline. So you really get that sense of kind of newness, and everything's done really well and set up really nice out here in the Staley District. All right, here we are at that last house, that sneaking 4th house I told you I'd throw in there. This is coming in right at $1.8 million. Super custom home, gonna be right on golf in your backyard. It's under construction now, so it doesn't look great, but we do have some photos we'll put up so you can kind of get an idea of how incredible this one's gonna look. But I will get to walk down the street and show you some of these others. We actually had a client that just finished a house 2 doors down from this last year and has moved in, so we'll take a scan of his house. But anyway, So for 1.8, that's coming in right at 4,200 square feet. Absolutely beautiful finishes. You're gonna have 4-bedroom, 5-bath, top notch across the board, landscaping all the way. That's coming in $430 a square foot. Now that's pretty pricey for Kansas City prices. That's like what you might expect out in the Colorado Rockies on the side of a mountain or something. But you do have golf right in your backyard, a private golf course. This is the second to last phase going in over here. So, you know, there's not a whole lot of lots, first tier golf lots that are gonna be left. So pretty sweet. This is one of our clients that just closed last year, and his house turned out absolutely beautiful. And just a great spot, you know. It's such a great area right here nestled in the Northland of Kansas City. A lot of people don't even know about it because it's not its own city. You know, we've talked about that. So anyway, hey, I really appreciate you guys watching this. Subscribe and share and all that good stuff. Remember, if you have any questions, just reach out. But really, it's all about you and your goals. So when you are ready, just reach out. You can call us, phone, email, Zoom, whatever. We look forward to helping you with your move to Kansas City, finding you that perfect neighborhood for you and your family. Remember, you got a couple friends in the business. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.